Do you need factoring or not? Let's explain. Let's start with what factoring even is. Let's say that you run this run for $1,000 from point A to point B. Doesn't matter. And you need the money sooner. Quick pay is an option. A lot of brokers are offering the quick pay triumph type deal because they figure they're going to pay it out eventually, but they'd rather keep 3% of what they've got to pay out. And that over time, saves them a lot of money, probably makes them a little bit of money, yada, 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 yada. But you run the run from point A to point B for $1,000. Let's say we were a factoring company. We're not, but let's say that we were. I would say, hey, give me your BOL, your POD, give me all your paperwork. I'll give you $1,000 minus my cut. Let's call it $990, $980, something like that. I'll give you $980 and keep $20 for myself for the trouble. And I'll go to your customer and get payment from them. So basically, I'm buying the debt from you. But here's the kicker. If these mugs won't pay, and after a certain amount of time, or it's calling being aged out, if that invoice ages out, then I'm coming back to you and I'm going to need my money back, because it's on you ultimately to decide who your customer is, right? So that's why we also are very picky about who we work with. And that's what these broker credit checks are about. And that's why a lot of these factoring companies have that A, B, C, D level rating. And if you drop to a certain point, some factoring companies are different than others, but you drop to a certain low enough standard, then the company says, I'm not dealing with this headache. I've tried to get money from them before and they're a pain in the butt to deal with, and we're not going to do it anymore. So that's generally how factoring works. Another reason you may or may not want factoring, again, do you want to wait 30? Some folks are waiting up to 60 days. And by the way, once we get past that 60-day mark, that's when that credit number or letter really drops considerably. So I'll be honest, we use a factoring company. And here's why. I value my time. My time is more valuable to me than the 2 or 3% that we pay, especially since we're talking about kind of like the grand scheme of things and having to deal with all the paperwork. And it's not generating invoices that's the problem for me. And we do have individual customers that we do work with, of course, because that's the goal, right? But a lot of the ones that just we work off of the board or we're kind of in between stuff, that's fine. Honestly, I can make the invoice. I don't want to fart with mailing it out, emailing it, and then checking up in a couple of weeks, and then having to get on maybe a broker's portal and see if it's going to pay out, when it's going to pay out. All of that sounds awful to me. No, thank you. Now, I will say I do know some factoring people. And I think that there are pros and cons to the different factoring companies. I'm more than happy to kind of talk about that. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of the same pros and cons when we start talking about fuel cards. But I mean, there is benefits to both. Let's say you're on the road all the time. You're a true owner operator. You don't have a driver and you're not trying to keep the paperwork together. And honestly, you just want to work, drive, make your money, all that other stuff. That's it. It's about organization, benefit, return on investment, and time.